72 of the Cosmic Era. The year-and-a-half-long war between Earth and the plants finally came to an end, following the devastating nuclear attacks at Yakin-Due. The two sides drew up a peace treaty amid the ruins of Junius 7, a place of unprecedented tragedy. They shared a will for an understanding between them, and pledged efforts to maintain peace. So at long last, the world was on a path back to stability for all its people.
Some petty grudge? That's what you call everything I've been through? And you've got no friggin' idea what you're talking about! My whole family was killed, and their blood is on the Athos hands! We believed in Orb, in its so-called ideals for a neutral nation, but in the end, my whole family died in the Battle of Onogoro! So I swear, I'm never gonna trust one of you again. I'd never put my faith in Orb, and I'll never believe in the ideals that have already failed your nation! Protecting your nation's sense of justice. Did you stop to think of how many would die of the human cost? All because Atha clung to his ideals that were already failing? How can I trust someone who's ignorant enough to cling to ideals that cause nothing but grief? Not Alex! My name is Athrun Zala. I am the son of Patrick Zala. The man, no, a coward who added fuel to the fires of war, fed hatred, disdain, and despair to innocent people. What's worse is how long I listened to him. I fought in the war he made, took the lives of many, battled my best friend. Then after I knew how wrong he was, I couldn't stop him. I couldn't do a thing. Even now, after his death, his legacy remains.
Athrun.
We cannot let something like that happen again. Not ever!
So you're saying as long as Orb stays safe, it doesn't matter what happens to others? And what does Orb do now? If they take the battle to the plants or some other innocent nation, is that something you could live with? Think of what your father said. I know that you've had to face so much, and I'm sorry that I wasn't around to help until now. I am. But it's not too late to make things right again. There's a lot going on, and maybe we can't understand every side of it, but we can still help. We can do something to make it better. We have the same conviction. If we walk alone on the wrong path, then we'll never know the right way to go. But together, we can find that light.
You can call it a foolish sentiment. But if we can stop this battle, then we must. My people. Orb must not join in this fight. No, not even just Orb. No nation should be a part of this. Not one. We can't let this world fall into war after war. It's time to break this cycle. Right here and right now. If we have a chance to make a difference, then I want to take that chance. For everyone's future.
Every human has dreams and hopes for a better future. Those feelings are a basic and integral part of our experience as living beings. The benefits don't matter. We cannot be denied the basis of who we are. That path will only lead us to ruin, dooming ourselves to mere existence. Every life deserves a chance to fight for a future that it wants. And it has a right to defend that. Right now, we're at a crossroads, and it's why we cannot stop fighting. As owners of our own free will, we must stand against that which seeks to destroy us. We will finally show the chairman we are not his pawns. I know that, but right now... No, it's not just for right now. I think that the people need someone like her. Someone like Lacus. She's beautiful and kind and strong. I know that nobody really needs me. That's why it's okay if it's temporary. I don't mind. Since Lacoose isn't available right now, if I can help the plants by borrowing some of her courage, then that would make me really happy. And getting to meet you, that just makes me even happier.
No, you are correct. That is true. People covet what others have. Because we are different, there is hatred and fear, struggle. It's because of these things that people fight amongst themselves. However, war, it has a hopelessness to it. But there is something even more infuriating that lies beneath. Take that machine. The ZGMFX-2000. Goof ignited.
Yes, unfortunately, that is the case. I never could have predicted anything close to what we've all been through so far. But this is how things unfolded for our ship. All we can do now is move forward. I suppose that's true of anything. Despite careful planning, things unfold their own way. Now more than ever, I can see that's the case.
I feel the same way.
Given the political climate in Orb, and the rest of Earth for that matter, I would assume it's quite a headache to deal with repairs on a ZAFT ship.
At ease. So, mission details. The primary goal of this operation is to break through the Lohengrin gates in the ravine, which we're carrying out with the Ruddle team. But as we know, this particular mission will not be easy. The Ruddle team has attempted this before, but, no, they were not successful. This approach will involve... Actually... If you don't mind, I'd prefer you to explain.
Made in a lab for no reason other than to simply prove that they could. I am nothing more than a result. What am I supposed to do? I don't have any parents. I don't care about the dreams of the people who created me. And because of the condition that I have, I age at a much faster rate than normal people. It's hard to think of myself as a scientific achievement when I'll be dead soon. No. The other version of me cursed our fate. He tried to destroy the world and died fighting for that dream. But where does the blame lie? Who is at fault here? Not at all. I wouldn't go that far. I was merely boiling down the verity of our lives as humans. Everyone brought into this beautiful world will eventually die. No matter its length, or what they do with that life. It's a fact that everyone knows, but willfully forgets. But I refuse to disremember. I will never have the luxury to do so. And if my life has any value left when it comes to its end, which I highly doubt that it will, it will be because I made a point to remember it until my bitter end.
To be honest, everybody here knows pretty much everything about you. Formerly a ZAFT Red with the Le Creuset team, you defeated the X-105 strike, which was one of the strongest machines at the time. After that, you got assigned to Special Forces, reporting directly to the National Defense Committee. Not to mention, you then were assigned to pilot for the ZGMF X-09A Justice. You're the Athrun Zala. I don't know a lot about your dad, but people spend a lot of time singing your praises around here. Especially after what you did at the Battle of Yakin Due.
Thank you.
There's also a rumor that you're a hell of a shot with a pistol.
Not just the ship, he almost took out the whole fleet!
Whoa!
Yeah, he's crazy good. Lately he's been like, Minerva! Sword silhouette! And I'm like, I'm on it! He's so in control.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's totally a flying ace now. I'm not really a big fan of him as a person, but honestly, he's pretty amazing when he's out in battle.
Mayrin?
Oh, hey you! Are you okay? Well, that's because I was on duty all the time. What do you mean?
What about us? Vino, faith membership is handed out to individuals. It doesn't trickle down.
What?
You can't be this dumb. It's not possible. To be appointed an agent of faith requires acknowledgement by the council and the chairman. It requires admirable traits, a proven combat record, a certain quality of character, The authority of a faith agent outranks most commanders in the field. They can give orders, plan operations, however they see fit. ZAFT's the lead of the elite responsible only to the Supreme Council. So what part of that describes you, Vino?
Not like it describes you either.
I didn't say it did.
Well, what do you expect? It's been a while since anything like this. Most of these guys are at it for the first time, including us. But at least it's finally time for the Minerva to launch, right? I even hear we might get stationed in lunar orbit. Yeah, but how could it just move like that? Destroy it? I think we deserve a day off after everything we've been through. We launched straight into battle, blew up a rock, and entered the atmosphere. But now that we're here, what do you think the scene is like in Orb?
Please skip over the prelude, Gibril. Then it seems we're here today to discuss what that answer is. However few will unite them with a love of humanity under a banner of hatred. I do wonder just what the extent of the casualties will be in the end. If you lower that fist you so eagerly raised and decide to run, you'll be the laughing stock of the world.
Well, they're a lot better than the previous test group. They understand what we ask of them and accomplish the tasks they're given. Just the beginning. You aren't seeing the full picture. Keep in mind, this is only the trial stage. The ship, the mobile suits, our pilots, and the world itself.
Yes, I understand.
Soon, the day will come when all will be remade. My name is Neo Roanoke. Born in C-42 late in the year on November 29. From North Luba in the Atlantic Federation. Blood type O. Entered the forces in CE-60. After that, placed in the 81st AMG, known as the Phantom Pain as captain. I had no reason to question who I am. But now, I can't be sure I know anything about myself.
Everything's fine. I just wanted to see you for a minute.
Only for a minute? Is that all the time I get?
Yeah, for now at least.
What do you mean?
It's okay, we'll have tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. Because of you, I was finally given a yesterday. I'm so glad. It was a little weird at first. I didn't know what they were. But now I do. And I'm so happy! Don't worry. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Come back.
We can be together! Tomorrow!
I wouldn't, man. We're part of the 81st Autonomous Mobile Group. Maybe you've heard of us. She may look airheaded now, but if you get on her bad side, she'll rip you a new one. You gonna stay out here? 'Cause we're being called in. By Neo. That means a fight. We get to go into battle. It is what we're here for after all.
Yeah.
Wonder how many units I can take down this time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's what Neo wants. To us, I suppose it doesn't really matter. The war can end, the war can keep going. All that really matters is what we can do. We kill or be killed. Although, we have been on a bit of a losing streak lately. That ship puts up a fight. If Phantom Pain doesn't win, it's a loss. They go down this time. You understand me? Phantom Pain isn't allowed to lose.
Of course. Regardless of what caused this, the fact remains that a wayward hunk of trash that isn't ours, was left drifting over our heads, and is now moments from crashing into the Earth. Because of space junk, the Earth, and all of us living on it, will appear to be utterly helpless, as we scramble to find some way out of a mess that we didn't cause. The people of Earth will need someone to blame for this humiliation. But who? That's the only question with a simple answer. It's the coordinators who built that thing in the first place. Tell me I'm wrong.
I visited the monument because I wanted to make a solemn vow to your father. I promised that I would dedicate the rest of my life to keeping you and the people of Orb safe. I know how sudden this must feel to you, But my family has finally decided that we'll get married on the day Orb makes its commitment to the treaty. Our citizens have been feeling uneasy about the political state of things. Celebrating both events on the same day will ensure we make a strong statement to the people that their leaders are truly dedicated to protecting them from terrorism.
Hold up! Let's slow things down a second. Don't I get a say in this?
We officially do not have time for your games anymore, though it is a pity that it had to end so quickly for you.
You've been sequestered aboard a ZAFT ship. That might make it challenging for you to comprehend the gravity of what's happened here, so please take note. Words cannot express the devastation and casualties the Earth suffered. Also consider this. The people of Earth know who's responsible for the horrific tragedy that's befallen them. No one on Earth would be able to suppress their rage after seeing these images. We're fortunate that Orb suffered minor damages. More reason to move forward with caution now the plants are involved. Orb's ideals are invaluable, but what's most important now is to think carefully about our place on this planet and who we empathize with.
The four of you seem to be doing pretty well on your own in terms of firepower. So why did the chairman go through all this trouble just to assign me to your ship? So strange.
What? You're being assigned to the Minerva?
Yep, seems like that's the case. I start as soon as my leave is over. I'll be stopping by the ship later to introduce myself to the rest of the crew. But 3 Faith members on one ship? Seems like overkill if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that's life. I'm not really in any position to question him. And it's not like I know the situation better than anyone higher up on the chain. But I'm looking forward to working with you. And the chairman has a lot of faith in the Minerva. Let's keep working hard to make him proud.
Asteroids and debris are in the way. Our shots can't even get near them. They could end up right in our line of fire. Their formation suggests the fleet was waiting for us. I thought all the Earth forces were supposed to be surrounding Carpentaria.
We finished checking the interior. All explosive devices have been removed. Our scans aren't showing any biological abnormalities.
Can't, ma'am. Evasion's taken all we got. What about Ray Zaku? All right, ready to engage thrusters on your signal. Descent sequence, phase 2. Main wings have been deployed. Switching to atmospheric flight. Inputting ocean surface wind velocity. Water landing checklist 1 through 24, all clear. Captain, the ground effect isn't matching the simulations.
Shinn Asuka, Destiny, stand by for takeoff. Activation of all systems confirmed. Commencing takeoff sequence. Hatch opened. Linear launch system engaged. Catapult online. Power levels normal. Course clear. Destiny may now take off.
I can't get through. I don't know if it's because the Earth forces are on high alert or what, but I'm getting severe interference, and I can't reach Carpentaria, even by laser. Ma'am, heat sources detected. They're close. It's an Earth forces fleet. 4 Spangler class, 8 Danilov, as well as maybe 10 or more small to mid escort vessels with them. They're spreading out to our port and starboard. Another fleet behind us at the border. Orb vessels. Loose formation. Turrets activating. They're aiming right at us, ma'am.
What the hell are you doing? You field stripped Zaku's 100 times in training. So why are you struggling now?
Understood.
All right, everybody, break it up. Stop swooning and get back to work. We ain't in Carpentaria yet. I want you boys to read this manual cover to cover.
I just got notified that the materials are now en route from Diokia. The positron energy in the cannon made this worse. The damage to the bow is pretty significant. If I can speak frankly, this is gonna take us a while. Not at all. I understand, Captain.
Wars are well enough. They can be controlled, but
disasters are such a bother. Come back to us, Athrun. I'm sure there'll be obstacles, but I'll see to it that there isn't a problem. So you ought to return to the plants. You know, Dirka and I probably would have been dead a long time ago. That's why I still wear a military uniform. It's the only thing I know. But I also think I can make a difference. For the plants, and those friends who died.
Isaac.
The real question is, what are you gonna do? You have the ability. Why would you let it go to waste?
You made a request to leave the premises, right?
Dirka.
Long time no see. It's probably because of your excellent timing. Guess we can't have you wandering around the plants alone, even though you're from a friendly nation. Well, it seems like someone who knows a little something set this up. So where do you want to go, boss? We were sent out on the counterattack mission when the Alliance's first wave arrived. Judging from the number of nukes, they had their minds set on eliminating the plants.
I've heard that technically the Minerva hasn't been officially launched just yet, but somehow it already appears to have had quite a history to it as far as I can tell. Yeah, you might be right about that, Captain. Although, it's just as you said. Despite careful planning, things unfold their own way. I guess the best we can ask of ourselves is to do whatever we think is right in the heat of the moment. And if we come to learn we've made a huge mistake, well, that's when we can allow ourselves time to feel sorry for ourselves. Then get back to work on whatever needs to be done next.
You guys don't have to be concerned, but Kira, Lakus, and I should probably start getting out of here pretty soon.
Do you mean you're going to the plants?
At this rate, most likely. It seems it's the only place left in the galaxy that doesn't have a problem with coordinators. I've been thinking. You could... I mean, if you wanted to, you could come with us.
Huh?
I know they kinda just had a war declared against them and everything. And some people in the plants are still a little worked up about what happened in the past. But as far as I can see, Chairman Durandal is a strong leader and cares about being fair. I really don't see him kicking out naturals if he's in charge.
Activating power output. Conduits and APU are online. Power flow stable. Laminate armor is now activated. Gel injector pressure level satisfactory. Separation of APU conduit confirmed. Engines are at 20%, proceeding slowly. All systems stable. Surfacing in 10 seconds. Current thrust at maximum.
Ma'am! I know she's working as a freelance news photographer now, so that wouldn't be unusual for her. And with her experience, she'd know how to get in direct contact with the ship. She wouldn't have to go through the terminal.
Containment field formation gain looks good. Commence flooding! 150. 180. Pressure is at 30. FCS is good. All weapon banks and levitators are online. Gauge is full.
Open the main gate.
Opening main gate. Section checks complete. All systems stable.
Captain! Sounds right. We don't have confirmation yet, but the terminal seems to be agreeing with you so far. You good? How's Dirka?
Hey! What brings you out here? You'll never find yourself a husband if you keep hanging out with old dudes like me. Same here. Let's do this! See you around.
So what exactly is going on here?
This guy's supposed to be the commander, right? So his memories are gone? There's the engines, the electrical network, and after that we gotta restock. It'll take 2 days to get all this done. Get back here! We got a problem! That ZAFT kid just jumped into a mobile suit!
Now this is a truly dreadful turn of events. What good will some investigation do, especially at such a late stage in the matter? I wonder if this really was caused by natural circumstances. Because if it wasn't, makes sense to me. Well, it seems everyone's on board with your plan, Jibril. Let us all reconvene after the incident has passed. Jibril, have the details of your plan sorted by then.
All right. I can reach out to them for you. But only if you're willing to agree that you'll go alone. It's been a very long time since I've had a chance to go back home to Orb, so I don't know much about what's going on there now. But I doubt people are happy about this. No one wants to be in a war. Especially Kira. I once spotted an angel flying over Dardanelles. I hope we meet again. The Red Knight longs for the princess. Please respond. Mirialia.
We didn't have a choice. The battle's happening on the Black Sea. There's no audience for us on the Indian Ocean, even though we're going to fight the same people. Well, we're both in agreement on that. They keep insisting this is to protect Orb, so our hands are tied. To be honest, I'm still holding on to the hope that the representative and the Archangel make some sort of appearance before things start to get out of control. And they're the ones that want to try and keep that ideal intact. If it's not possible for them to intervene right now, then all we can do is hope that she's watching us fight, and we should make her proud.
That sounds about right. Thankfully, we don't have a whole lot of low-pressure systems ahead. But honestly, going around the Cape of Good Hope feels like such a waste of time. I should probably keep my mouth shut. But if I can speak candidly, Captain, I really don't believe we should have been dispatched to do this in the first place. We won't invade other countries. We won't allow ourselves to be invaded. And we won't interfere in foreign conflicts. That's supposed to be Orb's central ideal, and it's the duty of our military to maintain it. But this...
They're far faster than I had anticipated. This could be trouble. Evade! Hard to port! We have eluded them. We should be safe for the moment at least. Do you think we're still at risk of them pursuing after us? How is the optimization going? Every time there's an incident, the pilots must be returned to their cradles. Do the scientists really believe they can be of any use in a war? Send out the Dagger team. Power back to the engines. Missile launchers 5 through 8. Fire at will. Focus cannons on their battleship. It's time to end this. Then we'll corner them in so they can't escape. It may not be all that the captain wanted, but we have to act fast. The mobile suits can't stay out much longer before they run out of power.
True. One has to wonder if this was brought about by design.
Even so, G-Brill, why exactly have you gathered us here today? See, I honestly doubt the Atlantic Federation and other governments of the Earth would try to prevent that thing from falling. However, I do hear they're busy developing contingencies in the event of a crash, yes? And he was pretty damn quick to do so. But you have to consider that depending on the casualties incurred, we may no longer have the manpower to fight a whole new war.
A threat like this is certainly unprecedented. To think, a scenario that could destroy the entire Earth. ZAFT is clearly panicking. Yes, of course. If there are survivors left. This is no joke, G-Brill. How do you explain this farce? You dash out in high spirits as you declare war, and quickly retreat when punched in the face just once. Is the scenario you wrote some kind of comedy? The troops who were sent to destroy the ZAFT forces' bases on Earth are still waiting for further orders, I understand.
No! Wait! I got my phone! No! Mom, please! Hi, you reached Mayu. Well, her phone at least. I can't talk right now, but if you leave your name and stuff, I'll call you back when I get there. Promise. You can't catch me! Over here, I'm open!
Alan, Christine, we will be reunited once this ends. Now fall, you damn tombstone!
onto a world that's deaf to screams of pain and blind to its own reality. A world that will finally learn its lesson. Have you forgotten about the innocent lives that were thrown away here? Quit living in a dream world and laughing with the people that did this, you murderer! The successes of Klein have tricked us into believing their cowardice. ZAFT is only a shadow of what it once was. Why can't you see? Athrun Zala was the only one who cared. The only path that was right for coordinators was the one he laid out for us. Now they will know how it felt. The Naturals will not escape our wrath.
The plants have not agreed to the terms presented to our satisfaction. And as they continue to harbor criminals and terrorists responsible for the deaths of countless innocent Earth citizens, we must declare the plant government to be a clear and present threat. We have delivered a declaration of war upon their government. As the nations of the Earth Alliance have forewarned, we must now use force to eliminate this danger to all peace and reason at midnight tonight.
Make sure we leave no traces of her death on site. But do not allow her to leave this place alive. Failure isn't an option. Get the ashes! Time to bring in the mobile suits. I don't care how we do it, but this night needs to end here and now with Lacus Klein's death. Focus your fire in the same spot. We just need to breach this wall and it's all over. All right, we're heading in. Look for the target. Where are Oluwan and Cranley? What the hell's that? How is that possible?
One way or another, if war comes to us, we have to be ready. They're burning down cities completely at random. Do they have no decency? Well, I agree with the chairman. If we have any chance to put an end to future bloodshed, then we should take it. This can't be possible. I can't believe this. There's no excuse for this oversight.
I must say, they did a spectacular job. The Lunar Fleet did well, but the Minerva was outstanding. No, sir.
What is this nonsense about arresting and handing over terrorists in the plants? We published the findings of our investigation. They're dead, down to the last man. There's no one for us to hand over. They cannot truly mean for us to agree to this. Are they seriously intending to take up arms against us? If they do that now, they're the ones who will be at a disadvantage. Maybe so, but we cannot allow this to escalate.
It's fine. But please keep one thing in mind. This will always be your home. I will always be waiting for you here. And I will always love you.
I love you too.
Please, promise me you'll come home.
She'll be staying with the Saren family until the wedding day. But no one knows what happens after that. Even I haven't been informed as to where things will go from there. Of course, I'm well aware of the fact that this engagement has been established since he and Kigali were children. If this were something my lady wanted, I would gladly sing of my joy at the occasion from the bottom of my heart. But those Sarens are clearly trying to rush her. They're awful. And since she has no living parents or family, they're more or less taking everything they want from her.
That's right. Now that we've managed to secure control over the Indian Ocean as well as Gibraltar, keeping the area from here to Suez stable would obviously be a priority for the Earth forces. Otherwise, Suez could become completely isolated. By using the power plant located in the Gulnahan Ravine as a backbone to their operations, they've had the ability to focus on maintaining their supply lines to Suez, as well as stopping any resistance activities that might pop up in these spots throughout Eurasia. They've managed to establish a pretty impenetrable bridgehead there. This has exposed resistance forces to attacks from the central regions, which means any attempts by the resistance to get out of those regions has been shut down.
Yes.
Step aside. Orb's acting leader, Uniroma Saren, has given me orders, and I'm going to follow them. His will is now the nation's. As active soldiers, our only duty to Orb is to carry out his orders.
Don't do this!
As chaotic as things are right now, we swore an oath. We have to stand by it no matter what. Don't you understand? You need to move aside. Every single person here was prepared to lay down their life the moment we left our home behind.
Listen to me!
Remove yourself from this battlefield, or I will be forced to do it for you.
The last time ZAFT tried to attack the battery, my town went through hell. It was at the same time some rebels started a riot against the Earth forces, so they blamed us for ZAFT's attack. Anyone who opposed them were tortured in the streets for everyone to see. So many people were killed. I don't even want to think about what's gonna happen if we fail this time. So please, you have to destroy the battery. There's no other option. You take it out! We need you! To finish this!
Of all the things, I never thought we'd come across a ship that went missing in the final act of the Great War. Where are the Carnarvon and the Holst? Good, let's corner them. Now that we've finally found those terrorists, we can't let them get away! 2 minutes. He just took out 25 units alone. And he did it in 2 minutes. Ah! All guns open fire! Shoot it down! How is this possible?
Miss Lacousse? Hey! Hold your horses! Pardon me. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but we need to start going over our schedule for the day with Miss Lacousse. I do apologize. Crap! It's probably the real one. No, she's real. The other one's fake. You just helped an imposter!
I never would have guessed that the Kingdom of Scandinavia was hiding you. Right now, Orb's a mess. With everything that Saren has pulled the last few weeks, his approval rating is in the toilet. Everyone at home wants you to come back.
You've got backup. We'll take it over from here. Okay, executing time now! Take this!
Yeah. And since Orb is part of it, we'll get blamed for their screw-ups. I don't like it.
Right!
I knew they'd make a move. Contact Command Headquarters, and be sure to update the database while you're at it. These people are not an unknown, they're an enemy. It seems as though the Archangel and the Freedom have earned their reputation. Tell our mobile suit teams to exercise extreme caution. You never saw what happened at Alaska and Yakin Due, did you?
Huh?
Getting impatient is a critical mistake we would not be able to recover from. Think of the big picture. Stick with the orders and have the Impulse and Minerva finish them off. It's imperative that ace of ours gets his moment to shine.
That was one heck of a trip. There wasn't any air left in the colony, and it was pretty run down. But for whatever reason, the genetic research lab had been cleaned out. The data and everything else was gone. This is all that was left. But there's some good stuff in here. See, take a look. It looks like it was written by one of the other researchers at the time.
Let's just calm down. You're welcome to fight if you want to. But before you do, we thought you might like to hear a message from Lord Izumi.
A message from my father?
Yup. It's his last will. If you look, you'll see some words engraved on the surface. Read them. When this door need be opened. Of course, what he meant was the day that Orb found itself in danger of being destroyed by war again. He'd do anything to stop it. Lord Izumi wanted his legacy sealed away until the time came.
Yes, that's confirmed. And if that wasn't enough, ZAFT already knows about it. We just heard that a fleet from Carpentaria is being deployed off the coast of Onogoro as we speak.
Hey, wait a second there.
Let go of me! I just said I'm not gonna stay!
I want you to come with me. I know. That's exactly why I want you to come with me. Look at me. Will you pilot the Akatsuki?
Just keep calling the head office. What is Saren waiting for? Because it's obvious that you lied to them. Why did the government choose to make that foolish statement in the first place? This situation is so different that it's beyond comparison. Are you certain? You heard the lady. I'm taking you into custody.
That's enough out of you.
Let's go do some good, gentlemen. Let's do Laku's proud. Let's start off with these. Move your butts!
Jetstream attack!
Can't you blockheads take a hint? We're trying to kick you out. So you guys want to try and threaten Lakus? That's cute, because I'm gonna bully you right back. Ha! Hey! You awake, boys? Let's focus on that suit. Got it? These guys don't know when to quit. Come on, guys. You rookies gotta get out of the way.
How can anyone live here? Earth's gravity is the worst. Ready when you are.
Jetstream attack!
If you want them to move, you gotta stop shooting their legs. Hey, at least they're keeping us busy. Yes, ma'am. We'll teach them.
Hilda!
Can do.
Moving! Jetstream attack!
Yeah. Besides, it's fun, right?
Hilda!
Honestly, that girl is just a troublemaker. She doesn't care. The chairman has worked so hard for us, and she wants to put it all in jeopardy. But why would she be so driven to do that? There's no way the true Lakus would stand against ending war and achieving lasting peace. That's not the Lakus I know. She is a beacon of peace and justice. In our darkest moments, Lakus joins her people on the battlefield to fight alongside us when we need her most. That's just who she is. That's why we all have such a deep respect for her. She would do it all without a second thought, or she'd clearly be a fake.
There's a reason why we of Orb have been able to make this our ideal and maintain it in this age of change. It is because we believe it to be the most basic and important component of the framework we human beings call a nation. Now, as we face this situation, I still believe this to be true. The Earth forces threaten to attack us unless we join their camp. However, we are unable to abide by the rules they have set out.
John!
Sir!
I've managed to sedate her for now, but to be honest, I'm not sure how long it can keep her under. I performed a routine exam before treatment, and the results were abnormal for nearly every test I did. I found that her bloodstream has irregularly high levels of many natural chemicals, but I also came across several substances that aren't typically found in the human body.
Save only that the Earth Force's lunar base is even now readying for an attack. I understand your regard for hope and idealism, but we stand at condition red. The only answer is to mobilize a counterattack. Chairman, nearly all of our forces stationed inside the city have been annihilated. Chairman, we have to retreat. Fleet headquarters ordered them to head towards Berlin. They're on the way now. But its firepower was severely crippled in its last battle. They can't do much.
As contempt for the coordinators grows, the survivors will become more emotional, aggressive.
Even so, we must preserve our world.
No, I hadn't been told anything about this broadcast before now.
Yes, but do you truly think it's going to be that easy?
Do you have any idea what's going on here? What's the chairman thinking? I would be honored to work with you every step of the way, sir. But sir, is this really a good idea? I can't say that I'm comfortable with you visiting Earth right now. You're more than capable of communicating anything you need to from here. Yes, but that's entirely because of you. Your speeches inspired them. They're desperate to believe that a world without war is possible.
We'll always be here. I'm not really into politics, but I feel the same way. The Alliance sucks. They seem like bad people, and I don't know anyone who disagrees.
He's right. Saren is an idiot.
Right! We're gonna be fine. They only want to hit the military bases here. Keep up, Shinn. Let's hurry!
Oh, honey. Mayu! Come on! We have to leave it, Mayu!